Our task at the moment is to answer questions about this function, f of x equals, in the numerator, x plus 2, and in the denominator, x minus 6. So the first question asks, is the point 314 on the graph of this function? Well, to answer that, we'll evaluate f of, well, let's see, f of whatever equals, replacing every x with parentheses, plus 2 and minus 6. Now, if we evaluate this for 3, if we put a 3 here, we must put a 3 in each of these places. And if we get back 14, then that point is on the graph of the function. So 3 plus 2 is 5, and 3 minus 6 is negative 3, which is negative 5 thirds. So the conclusion is, which does, by the way, which does not equal 14. So the conclusion is 3, the ordered pair 314, is not on the graph of f. For question 2, the issue is if x equals 4, what's the corresponding f of x? F of x equals question mark. And it also wants to know what's the point on the graph associated with this x-coordinate 4 and f of 4. So that point is, as I just said, it's going to be 4, and the y-coordinate's going to be f of 4. The issue is, what is f of 4? And so we know this, f of whatever equals whatever minus 2 over, and again replacing x with parentheses, plus, oh, I see, have that wrong. Should be a plus 2 and a minus 6. Now, if we replace, if we place a 4 here, we must also place a 4 there and there. And so we get 4 plus 2 is 6, and 4 minus 6 is negative 2, which reduces to negative 3. So now our ordered pair is 4, negative 3. So f of 4 equals negative 3. That issue has been resolved. The corresponding point is 4, negative 3. Now for question 3, we're asked to determine what value of x will return a value for f of x of 2. And we're also asked to indicate the corresponding point on the graph. So in place of f of x, we'll install its identity, which is x plus 2 over x minus 6, and that equals 2. Now we want a denominator of 1 here, so in order to get that, we'll multiply by the reciprocal of 1 over x minus 6, and the reciprocal of that is x minus 6. And if we multiply one side by x minus 6, we must multiply the other side by that. Now the product of reciprocals is 1, and 1 times x plus 2 is x plus 2. And distributing the 2, we get 2x minus 12. Now subtracting 2x from both sides, x minus 2x is negative x, and subtracting 2 from both sides, negative 12 minus 2 is negative 14. Next, we need a positive x, so we'll multiply both sides by negative 1. A negative times a negative x is a positive x, and a negative times a negative 14 is a positive 14. So now we know that when x is 14, f of x is 2. In other words, f of 14 equals 2. And the corresponding point is 14, 2. Oh, we need parentheses. Yes, 14, 2. Now, let's check that. So f of whatever, we can replace every x with a pair of parentheses, plus 2 and minus 6. If we put a 14 here, we must put a 14 here and a 14 there. And so 14 plus 2 is 16. 14 minus 6 is 8, and that reduces to 2, which indicates when x is 14, f of 14 is 2. F of 14 is 2, and we're done with question 3. Question 4 asks, what is the domain of f? I'll identify that 4. So the domain equals the set x such that, and clearly the only problem we have is with 6, because if we replace x with 6, we have 0 in the denominator, and division by 0 is undefined. So x is not equal to 6, and that is the domain.